Right now in News 3, a critical vote for the future of the Judge Doyle Square project. We'll have tonight's Madison City Council meeting live just ahead.
And a nationwide warning why the CDC says now is the time to throw out all of your romaine lettuce.
This is News 3 at 10.
Thank you for joining us tonight. The future of a multi-million-dollar downtown development is at stake due to disagreements between the city and the developer.
Tonight, Madison City Council members voted on a decision that could get the project back on track. Our Keely Arthur was at the council meeting tonight and joins us live at the City County building with more. Keely?
Yeah, council wrapped up here this evening, and they're talking about the Judge Doyle Square development. This is a joint development between the city and the developer Beitler Real Estate, but the two seem like they cannot get along. The city, however, did vote to reconsider a decision tonight that could get this project back on track. Now, the Judge Doyle Square development is a three-block, $186 million project just off the Capitol Square. The main point of contention is the proposed podium, really the foundation of one of the buildings. It's unclear right now who owns the podium. And earlier in the year, the city approved it using $11 million taxpayer dollars to build it. So the city would own it, but in order for the city to truly own it, Beitler wants $600,000.
We'd make a payment to them. They would make it clear we have the right to build and own the podium and put that issue behind us as we go forward. There are a couple other parts of the agreement, but that's the part that we've been talking about for some time.
Council members have voted against the $600,000 payment twice before, but tonight they voted to reconsider their decision and re-vote on the payment January 8th of 2019. We caught up with one council member who says he doesn't think that is a good idea.
I think it's wise for the city to take what's happened thus far as evidence of things to come and to say enough's enough. We'll cut our losses, we'll litigate if we have to litigate, but we're not going to be forced into building a project with a party that's not good to have a relationship with.
Now, the city said no matter what happens, they will move forward on their part of the plan. The city is in charge of constructing the new Government East garage. Beitler is in charge of the apartments and hotels. And again, council will meet back here on January 8th to reconsider that decision to not pay Beitler. If the city and Beitler cannot reach some sort of decision, this project could go away. Beitler is threatening to pull out altogether, even threatening to sue the city for $40 million in damages. So still so much up in the air tonight and a lot to continue to cover. Back to you.
Still a long road ahead with Judge Doyle Square. Keely Arthur live downtown. Keely, thank you.
An update to our developing story from yesterday. Police say the gunman who opened fire at a Chicago hospital targeted his ex-fiancée, who was a doctor there. After shooting her outside, the gunman then shot and killed a police officer and another hospital worker inside. The suspect was killed in the shootout, but it is still unclear if he shot himself or if he was killed by an officer. Also, new information about a shooting on Madison's west side yesterday. Police say they arrested 28-year-old Deorian Lamont Smith while he was trying to run away from the scene. Officers say he shot through an apartment door on Tree Lane and hit a 36-year-old woman on the other side of the door in the arm. She was treated at the hospital and later released.
California now bracing for yet another possible major disaster. Heavy rain could hit the already devastated areas near Paradise, which could hamper recovery efforts and affect thousands now living in tents. 4 inches are expected to fall over the next 3 days. The death toll from the so-called Camp Fire is now at 79. Nearly 700 are still unaccounted for. Around here, things will be staying cold. Let's check in with meteorologist Dana Fulton. Our first alert forecast tonight. Dana?
It is chilly outside right now, and we are looking at another chilly day for us tomorrow. In fact, much of the week is going to stay chilly. Close to 30 in Madison and in Mineral Point, 32 in Janesville currently, and 29 in Monroe. So overall, very close to the same spot we were at this time yesterday. Also a little breezy outside, 8 miles per hour in Madison right now, coming from the southwest. That wind closer to about 14 for Monroe, and then also 15 in Janesville for us. Those wind gusts, though, this afternoon up to 26 miles per hour in Madison and 30 in Monroe. sure that you notice those wind gusts today. With the wind factored in, what it actually feels like outside, a little closer to 22 for us in Madison. So it is going to be a little crisp over the next few hours and even into tomorrow morning. Right now, our Doppler track is nice and calm. Earlier this evening, we did actually have a few snow flurries swirling around parts of central and southern Wisconsin. And that's not the case for us as we head overnight and into tomorrow. Tomorrow, another repeat performance of today. Sunshine with highs close to freezing. And then a little bit of a warming trend as we head towards the weekend. Just a little one, though. We'll take a closer look at Thanksgiving and Black Friday in just a few minutes.
All right, Dana, thank you. If there is any romaine lettuce in your fridge, the CDC says you should throw it out.
They're investigating a strain of E. coli they believe came from the vegetable. Amy Reed joins us now to show us what local grocery stores are doing all about it. Amy?
That's right. Well, the CDC and FDA are investigating where the infected romaine lettuce was grown. They're advising you to stay away from all kinds, which means some grocery stores around here are pulling pounds of lettuce off their shelves to make sure none of their customers get sick. The week of Thanksgiving might be the busiest one Miller & Sons supermarket sees. As quickly as they restock, the shoppers
need cream cheese.
Come back for more. But this restock is more replacement after the CDC said some of the lettuce they and other supermarkets are carrying might be tainted with E. coli.
Usually romaine and spinach are usually a mix of what we do, but we'll have to check on that first.
Lori Holman was planning on using romaine lettuce as part of her salad at Thanksgiving dinner.
Maybe some kale.
That only changed after we told her what the CDC said. All romaine, bagged, chopped, whole, organic, was all under investigation and should be thrown out, even though there was no recall.
It's scary if that's the case because it's in my diet every day.
Miller's pulled it from the shelf anyway, saying it's better to be safe than sorry.
They don't want to be poisoned either, so they understand.
Hoping people can lean on the many other staples of the holiday.
We have 3 vegetables, but no salad.
Even if that's not salad at all.
Thanksgiving has got so many staples that they just work around it. Most people will just grab a different item and go on, no complaints.
Which is what they did do, including Lori.
I think I'll just stick with the spinach because I can do spinach salad.
Meaning until the CDC clears the investigation, this lettuce can stay put away.
There it goes.
Now, this investigation has not sparked a recall, and grocery stores and restaurants don't have to pull the product. So this one is on you to keep an eye out for it in your fridge or while you're out shopping.
All right, so stay away from the romaine lettuce for now.
Yes.
Better safe than sorry. Amy Reed in the News Center tonight. Amy, thank you.
A Richland County man will spend the next 25 years in prison after pleading guilty to sexually assaulting a 12-year-old girl multiple times last year. 47-year-old John Elder sentenced today for second-degree sexual assault of a child. Officials say his girlfriend, Annette Winger, would make arrangements for him to sexually assault the girl at a Richland Center apartment. She is scheduled to be sentenced next month.
A post that's gone viral claims the Salvation Army discriminates against people within the LGBTQ community and suggests you not donate to them. We asked the executive director of outreach here in Madison for his thoughts if he's seen it in Dane County. Steve Starkey says he hasn't and that he's actually worked with them to educate them on being more inclusive and that they're being very receptive locally. He said he can't speak for any instances elsewhere.
I think that every Salvation Army chapter is different. You know, they each have their own leader and their own, kind of culture in that particular facility. There may be places that are more conservative or have different leadership where LGBT clients are not treated well or they are discriminated against.
The Salvation Army responded, saying deceptive social media posts, forwarded emails, blogs, and rumors have been leading people to believe the Salvation Army does not serve members of the LGBT community. These accusations are patently false. Discrimination is anti-ethical to the Salvation Army's existence. You can read more at channel3000.com.
Hunters killed thousands more deer this opening weekend compared to last year, despite fewer hunters in the woods. DNR data shows hunters killed more than 118,000 deer. That's up nearly 13%, with 50,000 fewer licenses sold. The DNR attributing the higher harvest numbers to excellent conditions, including the snow cover. 2 cooking fires in just 4 days has the Madison Fire Department sending out a warning ahead of the holiday season. Their message: stand by your pan and close your doors. We went inside an apartment where that first fire happened last Wednesday. Chief Stephen Davis says there's a few reasons why it caught fire so quickly. The woman who was cooking oil on the stove left the kitchen. That's when the fire started. When she came back, she tried to put it out with water, but that fuels a grease or oil fire. And when she opened a nearby door to let air in, that gave the fire exactly what it needed to spread.
Cooking oil's burning, and so that's a pretty significant fuel load, and it creates quite a bit of heat. So within a matter of probably less than a minute, the cabinets were on fire, and probably within 2 to 3 minutes, the fire was extending out into the living area.
11 people were displaced. 4 days later, a similar fire on the southwest side left another 8 people without their home. In both of those fires, doors were left open, so the flames were able to spread to other rooms and even neighboring apartments.
Outgoing Wisconsin Attorney General Brad Schimmel will soon be serving as a circuit judge in Waukesha County. Governor Walker appointed him to the position today. In a statement from the governor, he says Schimmel has shown a commitment to the rule of law, and he will continue to serve as a judge in Waukesha County. President Donald Trump says he stands with Saudi Arabia 1 month after the brutal killing of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Today, the president defended his decision not to punish the country for its role in the killing. The president has pointed out that 17 Saudis have been sanctioned in connection. CBS News has confirmed the CIA has evidence that Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman may have ordered the killing, though he has denied any involvement.
If we broke with them, I think your oil prices would go through the roof. They're paying us $400 billion plus to purchase and invest in our country.
The White House also confirms that the president's lawyers have submitted his responses to special counsel Robert Mueller's written questions in the Russia investigation.
Senior night and the battle for Paul Bunyan's axe for the Badgers this weekend. It'll also be the final performance for a UW institution. Band director Mike Leckrone is retiring after 50 years. And tomorrow on Live at 4, we'll sit down with the UW legend to look back at his career, how he's approaching this final home game, and what's next. And still ahead, a local couple doing something good, a major donation ahead of the holiday season.
And expanding their reach. UW Med Flight is opening a new base. Find out where it'll be located when News 3 at 10 returns.
Welcome back. Over the past nearly 20 years, the Boys and Girls Club has served hundreds of thousands of meals for kids, their families, and the community.
Well, today, thanks to the generosity of an anonymous donor, the club celebrated the completion of a $200,000 much-needed kitchen remodeling at the Taft Street location.
1, 2, 3.
That right there is kitchen chef Ursi Green cutting the ribbon. She has dedicated more than 25 years to serving the community and says what keeps her doing what she does is the feeling of family in the organization.
This is where my kids grew up at, neighborhood center, Boys and Girls Club, so I just wanted to stay. Everybody said retire, but no, I'm not ready for that yet. Yeah.
The kitchen now bears the name Ursi's Kitchen, seasoned with love.
The UW says it is awarding nearly 800 freshmen with free tuition this year as part of the university's Bucky's Tuition Promise program. That's about 18% of the current freshman class. Students whose families make less than $56,000 a year are eligible. The university says the program covers 4 years at UW's flagship university. It's funded through private gifts, not taxpayer dollars. MedFlight expanding its service to north central Wisconsin, today announcing the addition of a new base located in Portage. UW Health says it'll cut response times by up to 20 minutes, partnering with Divine Savior Healthcare to make it happen. This is MedFlight's third base. One's in Madison, one in Iowa County, and the Portage base is scheduled to start operations in the summer of 2019.
Many people will begin their holiday shopping and decorating later this week, and this year, Goodwill might be a place to check out if you're looking for a tree. A couple in Waushara County purchased land for a retirement home. Well, that land included a Christmas tree farm, but they don't want to be in the Christmas tree business, so they donated a semi-truck load of trees to Goodwill.
This is just really the kind of thing that warms our hearts at the holidays, to have this family say, well, you know, we're not going to use this, but we know where somebody can make good use of it.
Each tree will cost $19.99 and can be found at 6 different Goodwill locations: Easttown, Monona, Northside, Portage, Stoughton, and Verona Road. And each location will have about 20 to 25 trees.
A lot of folks will be heading out probably later this week looking for those trees, and it'll stay pretty chilly. But we're hoping at least the roads stay dry for travelers.
They should. That's the plan for tomorrow, and a lot of people are hopping on the road the day before Thanksgiving or even Thanksgiving morning, Thursday morning. The roads are looking okay. Later in the weekend, though, it might get a little dicey, unfortunately. Cold, that is the name of the game for us right now. 2 straight weeks, actually, of temperatures being below average. No, these negative numbers are not our actual temps. That's the good news. That's our departure from normal. So we did have 2 days there, the 4th and the 5th, that we were above average. Looking back on the 6th, we were right at average. And since then, it has been 2 straight weeks of temperatures being below average for us. And as we look into the next 10 days, it looks like that trend is going to continue. Earlier today, this evening, we did have a few flurries throughout central and southern Wisconsin and just some light snowflakes. Nothing for us right now on our Doppler track. There is a front just to the northwest, draped right along the state, that's starting to swing southeast. Not bringing any moisture along with it, but behind that front, that cool air is just going to reinforce the temperatures we've had for the last few days, in the low 30s for us by tomorrow afternoon yet again. Mostly cloudy overnight. Tomorrow we'll have sunshine mixed on in with just a few clouds, but very similar to today with that partly sunny sky. Overnight on Wednesday into Thursday, clouds building back in. And for your Thursday forecast for Thanksgiving, plan on a few clouds to the north and then clearing skies for southern Wisconsin on south. Variably cloudy skies for us in Madison. Again, the further north you go, the cloudier it gets. But if you're traveling to Iowa, Illinois, or Indiana, things should be nice and clear for us. Showers are going to build in later on in the day on Friday, so your early morning Black Friday shopping won't include any rainfall. But if you are looking to shop, trying to go out later in the day, or if you're putting up any Christmas decorations later in the day, that's when we'll start to deal with those showers. They'll linger overnight into Saturday morning. There's a slight chance to have some snowfall mixed on in there, but that chance seems pretty minimal for us right now. Sunshine for us for Thanksgiving. Again, if you're traveling south of Madison, but variably cloudy skies for us in Madison. Temperature-wise, close to 36 for us. For Black Friday, early in the morning at about 6:30, plan on temperatures in the mid-30s, so a chilly start. A little milder later on in the day around noon, close to 41. And then by 4 o'clock, about 43 with those scattered shower chances building on in. Much of our travel forecast looks okay right now. Temperature-wise, again, staying below average. That's going to be the trend as we look ahead to your 10-day forecast. Downtown right now, things are okay. 30 degrees the high for today. Overnight lows are going to drop into the 20s for us again. 24 is what we're looking at in Madison. 32 the high for tomorrow. And then as we bounce ahead through the next several days, we are going to start just a little bit of a warming trend. Temperatures climbing just a few degrees almost every single day. 36 for us by Thanksgiving. And then again, as we head into the next weekend, we will be in the 40s. So that is our game plan for Saturday, and by Sunday, we will be in the 40s for us. That's good news.
Okay, so at least the end of the Thanksgiving weekend.
Yes, a little more mild outside, so that'll be nice for us.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Dana. The Badger men's basketball team taking a working vacation in the Bahamas this week. That story coming up in sports.
The Badger men's basketball team is in the Bahamas for the Battle for Atlantis tournament at Paradise Island. Greg Gard's team plays its first game of the tournament against Stanford tomorrow afternoon at 1:30 in the Bahamas. Wisconsin 3-0 so far. They just moved to the top 25 in the country yesterday. Now, having last year's injured guys back this year has really helped them.
I would like to chalk it up to experience of everyone else. I feel like just getting another year under everyone's belt, it really helps our team defensively, but then making decisions on the offense end as well.
In Vancouver tonight, Minnesota plays Santa Clara. Why do we care? Because former Madison East star Keyshawn Justice is tearing it up as a freshman for Santa Clara. Justice came into the game as the Broncos' leading scorer with almost 14 points a game. Tonight, Justice scores 12. Minnesota wins 80-66. The Badgers and Gophers play for Paul Bunyan's Axe for the 70th time at Camp Randall Saturday afternoon at 2:30. The Badgers have had the Axe since 2004. That's 14 straight years they've had it. Minnesota head coach P.J. Fleck is still trying to row the boat in Minneapolis. The Gophs need to win Saturday to become bowl eligible.
Every program that you look at, that we all look at as top programs, were somewhat started over and built at one point. And it was really tough at the beginning, right? Really tough. But we've won the exact same amount of games as we did last year. We're 5-6 right now. We're not 0-12. We haven't won this game for, I don't know, 15 years or whatever it is. That's what we keep talking about. Sooner or later, a group's going to end that. It's going to end that. And we have to find a group that's ready to end that.
The Chicago Bears are cautiously optimistic. Quarterback Mitchell Trubisky can play Thanksgiving Day against the Detroit Lions. Trubisky has a sore shoulder, and with a short week, his status in doubt. If Trubisky can't start Thursday, Chase Daniel will for the Bears. The Milwaukee Bucks will get one more game in before Thanksgiving. They'll host Portland tomorrow night. The Bucks are off to a 12-4 start, but they've had this knack of falling behind by a lot, then rallying in the second half. Last night against Denver, they were down 17, then came back to win. But they give credit to new head coach Mike Budenholzer for letting them get out of that hole by themselves.
Last night he came in and he was like, okay, guys, you know what you got to do. Let's go just put some energy in this game and we're going to win this game. You know, having your coach trust you and let you play, let you be basketball players and do what you do. And he knows that you're going to get back to the game. That, it gives everybody confidence, and I feel like it helps.
And the girls' high school basketball season is underway. Tonight, the Big 8 rivals, Middleton and Verona, play in Verona. Wildcats with the quick buckets. Raina Briggs from downtown. That's Verona, a 7-0 start, but Middleton answers and more. Ball to Karina Bursak. Her lefty lay-in gives the Cardinals the lead by 1, but then Verona goes on another run. Fast break bucket for Aaliyah Smith, who scores 26. Final score, Verona 70, Middleton 63, and we'll be right back.
Dana's here with a final check of your forecast.
We're looking at another cold night, and tomorrow actually a repeat performance of today. Will be in the low 30s for our afternoon highs with some sunshine. Thursday looking at a variably cloudy sky. Highs will be in the mid 30s for Thanksgiving. Friday morning, if you're heading out early to shop, you should be good. Just cloudy outside. Later in the afternoon and evening, though, that's when our showers are going to creep back into the area.
All right, Dana, thank you. And thank you for joining us for News 3 at 10.
Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.